Being positive can literally change your life. Let me explain. What's up, everybody? So, today's video I want to talk about the power of positivity. I've been having this kind of realization that the world has gotten a little too negative. So, let's talk about being positive. Not that kind of positive, like the bad kind. A mental, positive attitude. Recently, I've seen so much hatred in the news and on my Facebook and everywhere. No matter what you're doing, there's somebody who's got something negative to say about it. Especially in terms of like movies and games and whatever. People just have such a nihilistic, angry view of the world, and I get it. Like, the world's not exactly a kind place. But I want to share my story, and hopefully it'll inspire people to be more positive. So, growing up, obviously I did not have the best childhood. I was not, it wasn't perfect, like a lot of people's claim to be. Like, I didn't have a family that was like this all the time. It was a struggle. My school life was not like sunshine and rainbows and lollipops. I got in trouble a lot because I had stuff up here going that was less than pleasant, that was misunderstood, and I was put on the wrong medications and everything, and it was just a big mess. What happened was, I basically lost myself with the medications and with the negativity. I lost who I was. I became very negative. I started thinking about all the bad things going on in my life, and it just kept bringing more and more and more bad things to me. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. I still have a bit of allergies going, so I might cough here and there. But, after I came out as who I am, I started feeling a little better. I started realizing that, and this is after I got off medication, but even before that I started realizing this is not helping. These meds are not doing anything for me. They're actually making me feel worse. They kind of made me a zombie through high school, so it's a pretty good indication they weren't working. So, after I came out, I started to have this negative viewpoint of the world, like, why does nobody really care about other people? Like, I want to, hit people and make sure that and make them hurt as bad as me. And it was this really bad negative mindset that I had to really kick, because I don't want to hurt anybody, but I had that thought cross my head a lot. And these negative thoughts would affect my life. Like, you'd think your thoughts can't affect anything, but they can, and it's shocking when you realize that. And I'm gonna share why that works for me, to think positively, and all that stuff later. And I'm a little out of it because I haven't had caffeine today. I just want to explain that, so I'm kind of all over the place. And I'm not going to be having caffeine for a while, or a long while actually. I'm cutting it. I'm just stopping. I can't deal with what it does to my brain anymore. But essentially, I started looking into spiritualism, and my God, it changed the way I think. Like, believe it or not. Well, it's not one of the only thing that changed how I think. There was a lot to it, but the main thing that I started realizing is that it was my fault. I want to point that out, that a lot of the things, not all of it, but a lot of it was my own fault. Because I continuously had this thought process of, the world hates me and is out to get me. And, well, according to a very special book that I've been reading, Your wish is my command, says the universe. And lo and behold, that became my life. But I started realizing as I got away from that mindset, and I stopped thinking that, and I stopped worrying about other people as much, what they thought of me. Like, I still do, occasionally, but when I started worrying about it as much, I started realizing how great life could be. I'm doing this without worrying about it because, well, for the most part, because I love to do it. I used to be so, quiet and just paranoid, oh my god, a lot of people are gonna hate me, and it showed on my comments. When I was thinking about, oh, I don't feel good about my appearance, people don't like what I post, and they don't like me, and I started to see people reflect that. I remember seeing a comment at one point, when I was, I made a video about Will Not Be Erased, and those comments were great, because it was a cause I believed in, it was a cause I felt good about sharing my opinion on, or my coming out story. But there were some comments that I saw in earlier videos that were just not fun. It didn't hurt me, necessarily, it just wasn't fun to look at them. Because it reflected how I felt about myself. But, with The Secret that I've been reading, and, a lot of things I've been learning, it made me realize that I have full control over how I feel and how I see the world, and it made me feel more positive, but it was also the people involved who made me more positive as well. Like I said, growing up, I didn't have a lot of positive influence, necessarily. I didn't have a lot of friends, I didn't have a lot of good teachers who actually cared, and I didn't have a lot of family influence. So my mindset was very negative because I was taught that that's how the world is and you just gotta deal with it. Not so. Not so at all, my friends. You don't have to deal with the way the world treats you. You can change your mind and change your reality, and that's what the power of positivity is. A positive mind will give you a better life. A negative mind will not. And this is something that I live by, and hell, I would get that tattooed on my skin. I literally would. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. I don't know if I'd actually tattoo it or not, but it sounds like a fun idea to me because it's something I live by. But all things considered, I wish that I could see other people's minds sometimes and just go in and make them feel better. And that's what I'm trying to do here. That's the whole point of making this video, is that's why I'm making videos. I want to show the good side of things. The good side of life if I can. Occasionally, yeah, I'm gonna have bad days. Everybody does. But, because not every day's perfect. There's gonna be little things that kind of nitpick at you. But it's how you react to them that really shows how you are. How you are and how your brain is working. If you're... let me put it this way. If you wake up in the morning and you stub your toe, and you get mad about it, and you start jumping up and down and screaming, your whole day is gonna spiral like that. It's gonna be one bad thing after another, after another, after another. Because that's how it works. I've seen this firsthand with myself and with family. Let me tell you a little story. When I lived in Colorado, I would wake up to people fighting sometimes, and no one in particular, I don't want to name names, but there would be people fighting, and it was this knee-jerk reaction for me of anger and fear because I had been woken up by it and I was terrified. The whole day went like that, just anger. I was frustrated with everything, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Things weren't going right. I was trying to do this and it didn't work right, and everything just kind of went wrong. The next day, it was quiet. I woke up, I rolled out of bed, and I said, thank you. As soon as my feet hit the floor. It was a feeling of gratitude for the fact that I woke the hell up. And I smiled. I found reasons to smile. Like this little dude. This was me. Eat me. Just happy. And I started noticing that when I was happy and I was feeling good, good things came to me. And when I did good, more good things came to me. So, you know, it was kind of like this mindset of, okay, so being positive alone, you know, and changing your mind can help you. But feeling good is really what works. And it's really hard for me to explain, because I'm not the best at explaining stuff, but basically, how I used to be is not who I am today. I used to be so mad at everyone and everything for little things. Even if I got looked at wrong, I would just be like, meh, I don't want you to look at me. Don't look at me. Meh. And it really affected me. But I didn't know it was, because medication. And that's kind of the reason I want to spread nothing but positivity on my channel. It's like Jacksepticeye says, PMA, positive mental attitude. And I'm seeing that good happen from that slogan. So, I'm gonna have my own. POP, Power of Positivity. Because positivity is power in me, and I love seeing people happy. I love seeing people love what they do. I love seeing people excited about things. Like, when I see people excited for, like, the new Pokemon game, because there's so much activity around that, I get excited. Because I'm like, hey, someone else feels the same. When I see someone excited that they're getting their first car, or they're sharing artwork, or, you know, they're singing their favorite song, I get happy. Because they are finding something that makes them feel good. Now, obviously, I don't want someone to hurt themselves or anything. So, if you're doing something that's harmful to your body, get help. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I know it makes you feel good, but get some help if it's hurting you. Like, if it becomes an addiction, or or it's something that you shouldn't be doing, that's where I'm drawing a line there. But I'm saying, like, find little things. Like, finding your favorite song on YouTube. Or, if you enjoy my videos and they make you happy, go through those. I'm not going to judge you. If you like watching Let's Plays, if you like playing video games, if you're a person who likes to go outside and be in nature, find things that make you feel good to do. Because trust me, it's going to change your life. I know firsthand. Anyway, I know it was kind of all over the place, but that's all I really had to say. So, as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video that I make. Remember, you are beautiful, you're valid, and you are important. And it's something you should never, ever, ever forget. And I love you very much. That's something you should also never forget. So I will see you next time. Goodbye.
I'm strange and I like it, that's just the way I am. I can't change, I can't hide it, that's just the way I am. Might as well get over it, but don't try to understand. I'm strange and I like it, just the way I am. I'm a whisper to a shout, I'm what the buzz is.